Good evening. How's that? Welcome to the Monday, January 11th meeting of the City of Evanston Planning and Development Committee. We have a quorum, and so I'd like to ask for approval of the minutes of December 14th.
Second.
Is there any discussion, comments, corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Items for consideration. Alderman Wilson, you want to read the first
Sure.
item?
Item P1 is the request for approval of naming the Ecology Center classroom, or one of the classrooms, the Elizabeth A. Patterson Classroom. The Citizens Advisory Committee on Public Place Names recommends the approval of the request from James D. Patterson of the Archer Patterson Family Foundation and members of the Evanston Environmental Association to name the newly renovated classroom at the Ecology Center the Elizabeth A. Patterson Classroom.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Number two, P2, Alderman Nguyen.
Yes, item P2 is ordinance 7016, granting major zoning relief for a second-story addition and open parking at 2115 Dewey Avenue. The ZBA and city staff recommend approval of this ordinance granting major zoning relief for a second-story office addition at a mixed-use building with open parking in the rear yard at 2115 Dewey Avenue. The applicant has complied with all of the zoning requirements and meets the standards for variations. There is also a request for suspension of the rules.
Second.
Is there discussion? Seeing no lights, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item P3, Alderman Fisk.
P3 is ordinance 6016, granting major zoning relief to convert 44 rooming house units to dwelling units with no additional parking at 860 Hinman Avenue. The Zoning Board of Appeals and city staff recommend approval of ordinance 6016, granting major zoning relief to convert 44 rooming housing units into dwelling units at 860 Hinman Avenue. The conversion requires zoning relief to increase the total number of dwelling units on the property, as well as zoning relief since no additional parking spaces are proposed. Staff recommends an additional condition that would allow the building's trash dumpsters to occupy 2 on-site parking spaces until August 2017, providing clear access in the alley during construction of 835 Chicago Plan Development. And it's for introduction. I move introduction.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. You wanted me to mention the staff recommendation of additional condition that would allow the building's trash dumpsters to be occupied on-site, would occupy 2 on-site parking spaces until August of 2017.
Correct.
That was
Mark
late,
Munzer,
late.
Director of Community Development. I just wanted to make sure that that was included on the motion, just officially, so that we have that in there and we can revisit the parking situation in a few years once the Chicago and Maine development is completed.
Thank you. Any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. P4, Alderman Rainey.
P4. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ordinance 154-015, zoning ordinance, text amendment, addition of rentals to the automobile and recreational vehicle sales use. This is, move approval. Then I'd like to speak to it.
Any discussion? Alderman Rainey.
We held this in committee at our last meeting, and the reason it was held in committee was to discuss the inclusion of automotive vehicles that would include trucks in the I2 districts as a special, or I'm not sure, special use, whatever. And I object to that. I object to it being the C district. I approve of it being in the industrial district. And I know Alderman Wilson asked for information about where those districts are. And I think it's pretty clear that the intensity of having trucks lined up at your curb in a C district is just it's just not advantageous to the commercialization of the strip. and I think they absolutely belong in the I districts. So I would move that we delete the vehicle identification of trucks in the C districts and leave it only in the I district.
Is there a second?
And
Discussion?
it's important to note that it will not change anybody who is already operating a truck rental or sales facility in either of those districts.
Right, and I think it's just important to make sure that's clear so no one panics and thinks that they are now operating.
I mentioned it.
Any other comments, concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
That's
Motion.
of the amendment, correct?
Yes, oh, I'm sorry, yes, with the amendment, as amended. Anyone have an item for discussion? There are no official items.
Wait.
Alderman Fisk, I'm sorry.
Wait, don't we have to move introduction now?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that was for the amendment. So would you like to move?
I move introduction.
Second?
Mr. Chair.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the motion as amended carries. Alderman Fisk, item for discussion?
Yes, I just wanted to make a reference to this committee for future consideration of buildings that are private dormitories added to our zoning ordinance. Currently now, dormitories are connected with an educational use. And Mr. Munzer, please correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct.
But what we want to do is, or what I want to do is to have a discussion about a private dormitory not associated with an educational institution and how we define that in our zoning ordinance. I think we need room for that.
Thank you. Alderman Rainey?
Well, I probably should wait till we have the discussion, but I object to the use of the term private dormitories. It's really student housing. It's all over the United States of America, and I think we ought to call it student housing because it's more than a dorm.
I think we should wait for the discussion.
Okay.
I'll look forward to that.
It's already pretty exciting.
Mr. Munzer, do you have any
Wednesday night.
any communications?
No, I do not. Thank you.
I move adjournment.
Thank you.
Second? Thank you.